So by now, everybody's heard this story about Dwyane Wade, how he had a son, how he has a son, and his son came to him and said, you know what, Dad? I think I don't want to be a son no more. I think I want to be a girl. I think I want to be your daughter. And then instead of Dwyane Wade saying, of course, this is fucking ludicrous, this is insanity, this is crazy, this cannot happen, Dwyane Wade said, sure, honey, I support you. I support you in going down your path to finding your truth. Well, there's a couple problems here. Number one, the problem is that no matter what fucking Zion, that's his son's name, believes, if he believes he's a girl or not, he's still a fucking boy. His DNA proves he's a boy. His anatomy proves he's a boy. His fucking chromosomes proves he's a boy. His whole biology proves he's a fucking male. Now, Dwyane Wade is going against this truth, this objective reality, and he's saying, we don't have to live in this objective reality. We don't have to live in this objective truth. We can make up our own subjective reality. We can make up our own subjective truth. And you can be whatever the fuck you want to be, and I'm going to support you because I love you, and I want to be there for you, and I want to help you down your path to enlightenment, to being who you really are. The problem is, I got a fucking question for Dwyane Wade, bruh. Hey, Dwyane Wade, what if Zion, remember, that's his fucking name, what if Zion came to you and said, instead of a girl, Dad, I think I want to be a fucking door. And I want to cut off my nose so I could be a door. Would you let him fucking cut off his nose and say, I support you in your truth? Or would you say, that's fucking crazy, you ain't no door? What if he came to you and said, Dad, I think I want to be a rock. And I want to cut off my arms and my legs so I can roll around like a rock. Would you say I support you in your truth, or would you say that's fucking delusional? You can't be a fucking rock. You're a human. Let's take this a step farther. You see where I'm going with this. Let's take it a step further. What if your son, you know you're all about that African power and all that shit. What if your fucking son came to you and said, you know what, Dad? I don't think I want to be black no more. I think I want to be white. Huh? What if he came to you and said that shit? What if he said, I identify more with being a white person. I want to bleach my fucking skin, and I want to change my last name, and I want to be a fucking white person. Would you be okay with that fucking delusion? Would you stand behind that delusion? Would you support that shit and that path for enlightenment? And say, oh yeah, you could be yourself? Or are you going to just only say, I support you in being a girl? But anything else, if I find it too crazy, if I find it too ludicrous, I'm not going to support that shit. See, what you're doing, Mr. Wade, is you're deciding subjectively what it's okay to stand behind and what is not okay to stand behind. But then you're hiding behind the fact that, oh, you support your son in whatever it is. That's not fucking true. You don't support your son in whatever it is. You just happen to be crazy enough to support him in this. It just so happens that you support him enough and you're crazy enough to say it's okay if you wear a fucking dress and we'll call you Zaya and this shit, but it would not be okay if he wanted to cut off his fucking ears and say he wanted to slither around on the floor like a fucking snake. So you, my friend, are deciding what's permissible and what's okay and what you will actually support. But then you're lying and saying that you support anything and you want to stand behind him in finding his enlightenment and finding his true truth, which is not the fucking real story, man. So stop lying, bro. Your son is a fucking kid. Your son is a fucking man, a boy, a male is what I mean to say. And he will always be a fucking male. You can make up as much bullshit lies as you want, and you can, if your son comes to you and tells you he's a fucking refrigerator, you can say, yeah, son, you are a refrigerator. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do, but at the end of the day, Dwyane Wade, that shit is not the fucking truth. That shit is a fucking lie. And you need to fucking realize what you're doing is wrong.